Whoa,
Frieza then tries to attack Goku, but
whoa.
Goku easily overpowers.
What you got going on, bruh? I think I could condense it into 20 minutes tops. I think I could do better. So we all know the story of Dragon Ball Z like the back of our hand, but this guy somehow was able to talk about the entire series in 27 minutes. Let's see what he glosses over. Let's see how many well actuallys I have to point out. And most importantly, let's see if he just gets it right. Because apparently Dragon Ball is so simple, you probably can describe it in 27 minutes according to some people.
To start Dragon Ball Z off, we got Raditz landing on Earth in his space pod. He then searches for his brother Kakarot, also known as Goku, to partner up with him for the very purpose of destroying planets. Raditz finds Goku at Kame's house and urges him to join his side. Goku refuses, and so Raditz knees the fuck out of him and takes his son Gohan, later confining him in
It's just the fact that he's basically talked about the entirety of the Raditz saga damn near in 15 seconds, bro. Oh my god, bro.
Goku and Piccolo then arrive to take on Raditz. Raditz manages to overpower both of them and makes Goku a step stool. Through anger, Gohan escapes the space pod and hits Raditz with a powerful headbutt. Goku the opportunity and restrains Raditz, allowing Piccolo to use his special beam cannon, picking up a nice little two-piece. He sends Goku to the checking station in Otherworlds, where he was dispatched by King Yama to travel on Snake Way to get to King Kai's planet, where he'll be able to receive training from King Kai himself. With Goku traveling on Snake Way for episodes, Piccolo takes Gohan and puts him through training because he's aware of the two Saiyans coming to Earth, and he knew that more power was necessary to defend it. For the first part of Gohan's training, he had to survive alone in the wilderness for 6 months. During his training, he waters some rocks and unintentionally transforms into a Great Ape. Piccolo then stops Gohan's...
He is not missing a lot of points. He talked about Raditz. I'm pretty sure he mentioned his brother. He mentioned how the fight essentially played out, and then he's mentioned he's not missing a lot so far. This is actually very impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Rampage by destroying the moon and removing his tail. Wait, hold up. Did Piccolo just destroy the moon?
Yes.
That seems realistic. Going forward a couple of months, Gohan successfully passes the first part of his training and now moves on to the next, which is sparring with Piccolo. During the spar, Gohan transforms into a Great Ape once again because his tail grows back, and there's a full moon being projected from Raditz's space pod. To stop Gohan, Piccolo destroys the space pod to get rid of the projection, ultimately leading to the end of Gohan's Great Ape transformation. He then removes Gohan's tail and resumes his training after he wakes up. After running a marathon across Snake Way, Goku finally arrives at King Kai's planet, and there he notices the gravity is far greater than Earth's. He then meets King Kai and then undergoes training in the gravity that's roughly 10 times stronger than Earth's. After completing the training, Goku is able to withstand the gravity on this planet and also learn the Spirit Bomb and the martial art technique Kaioken.
In the Dragon Ball community, there's a lot of discussion about potential in the whole verse or whatever, whether it's Gohan, Broly, Jiren, Gotenks, whoever, right? Yo, I think sometimes we forget how cracked Goku himself is. This man, Goku, just touches down 10 times gravity. And then he's just perfectly fine. Like, what the fuck? You know how long it would take you to adapt to 10 times gravity if it wouldn't just, I don't know, kill you? He adapts like it's fucking nothing. It's ridiculous. Like, this dude is him. This dude is cracked the fuck out.
Goku then wants to get wished back to life, and so while Master Roshi is dropping the kids off at the pool, he contacts him using King Kai's telepathic abilities. Shortly after, Goku's resurrected through Shenron and heads back on Snake Way to the checking station where he'll be able to return back to Earth. Meanwhile, the two Saiyans, Nappa and Vegeta, arrive on Earth. They encounter the Z-Fighters, and to start things off, Nappa plants Cybermen seeds and grows them like fucking vegetables. The Z-Fighters then fight the Cybermen, and it looks like Yamcha takes a fat L. Yup.
Well, actually, Yamcha is stronger than a Cyberman. The Cyberman just caught him lacking, so he didn't really take an L. He's more sore that the Cyberman's a sore loser. I don't really call that an L. I think that if you're stronger than your opponent and you beat your opponent, but your opponent snakes you after the match, that doesn't really make you now the loser. I just think that you're no longer the winner anymore.
It's out cold. Krillin then goes into a brief rage because of Yamcha's death and obliterates all of the Cybermen with a single blast, leaving one left which Piccolo disposes with ease. Nappa then goes up against the Z-Fighter starting with Tien, and there goes Tien's arm.
GG's.
Then sneaks up on Nappa and manages to get a hold of him, and self-destructs with the intention of taking Nappa down with him, and through mere anger, Tien takes on Nappa with a missing arm, and as a result, it's not really a surprise. Nappa then shoots a key blast at Gohan, but Piccolo says nope and blocks it with his life. Shortly after, Goku then defeats Nappa, but Vegeta is the one that finishes the job by turning Nappa into an overcooked shit. Gohan and Krillin then retreats to Kame's house while Goku and Vegeta settle their battle. During the fight, Vegeta creates an artificial moon to transform into a Great Ape and literally crushes Goku. Gohan and Krillin then return and finds Yajirobe at the scene. They then plot a plan to cut off Vegeta's tail, so Yajirobe comes in clutch and slashes the tail.
Look, man, Dragon Ball don't be jumping people like this no more. In the Cell Saga, you could argue it's a little bit of a jumping, but that's at the very, 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 very end, where they all just start shooting Cell in the back, and then it doesn't really work for real. In the Buu Saga, there was no jumping. For real, you just got absorbed. Is what it is. But in the Saiyan Saga, dog, I ain't gonna lie. Everybody at least got like 4 good hits on Vegeta, and it's actually kind of awesome. I'm not saying steal a page out of JJK book because we've seen how Super animates the jumping thing and it ultimately just never works and doesn't matter unless you're like super duper 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 fatigued Jiren. But for the most part, man, just the good old jumping, not bad. Jump the shit out of Vegeta, Yajirobe.
Clean off, returning Vegeta to his original state. Gohan then takes on Vegeta, and with the element of surprise, Krillin smacks Vegeta with a spirit bomb.
Hell yeah.
Vegeta then gets back up and steals the fuck out of Krillin. Moments after, Yajirobe ambushes Vegeta and slashes him in the back. But Vegeta gets back up and hits him with a mean roundhouse kick. With time elapsing, Gohan grows his tail back, and with the artificial moon still active, he transforms into a great ape and attacks Vegeta.
Hell yeah.
Vegeta then uses something similar to the Destructor Disc, because if you really think about it, Vegeta is Kakashi's twin brother. Using the bullet Destructor Disc, he slices Gohan's tail off, returning Gohan to his original state. Vegeta then calls in his space bot to make an escape. As a reaction, Krillin picks up Yajirobe's sword.
See, here's the thing, and I'm gonna take him seriously. If Vegeta had to be somebody in Naruto, he has a tragic backstory like Kakashi, but Vegeta he just loses a lot. He just loses so much. Kakashi, and he's more of a crash out. He would have to be Sasuke. I don't think but keep it simple, stupid. He would have to be Sasuke.
Sword in an attempt to kill him, but then it stops by Goku, allowing Vegeta to flee. A little after, Chi-Chi, Bulma, and a couple others arrive in a plane and recovers everyone. On the plane ride, Krillin speculates that there might be a way to bring back everyone who died. Even though Kami's no longer alive because Piccolo died, Krillin says that they should go to planet Namek to collect the Dragon Balls there,
that's
so
where
they
they're
can wish
from.
back their friends.
Type
no
shit.
one was opposed to the idea, so Bulma scavenges an abandoned spaceship and brings it back to her lab to refurbish it. Once it was completely renovated, Bulma, Gohan, and Krillin head out to Namek, leaving Goku behind because he's still in critical condition. Meanwhile, Vegeta makes a full recovery and heads to Namek as well, with the ambition to collect all 7 Dragon Balls so he can wish for eternal life. With that being said, Vegeta lands on Namek a couple of minutes after Bulma's squad does. So far, 4 of the 7 Dragon Balls have been collected.
I just zoned out. Sorry, it's pretty late and I'm tired. I've been working hard lately for you. Also, please subscribe to the channel. But I really just wanted to say that another thing that's missing in Dragon Ball, and while he does have to condense this in 27 minutes, did you see how seamless the transition was between the Frieza saga and the Namek saga? I miss stories, past arcs, having immediate conclusions, results, and effects on things that happen immediately after. Not things that, well, yeah, I remember last time I said Kaioken ×4. That was a real toll on my body. Let me practice to get the time. No, I'm not talking about things like that. I'm talking about because Piccolo died, now we're going to Namek, which starts the Namek saga. Things like that. Things like character development stories or character plot lines, I'm sorry. Things like that transition as well, because Goku is still battling with his Saiyan nature versus I was raised on Earth as type of character. Gohan's still battling with is he a proud warrior? Does he even like fighting for real? But he's still working on his courage and things like that. I actually respect when these things aren't just, and Gohan's brave now, and Goku likes being a Saiyan now. I like when these things take time to cook. I think that's something that's missed in Super, especially. It's missed in GT by a mile, and I hope it's not going to be missing when Super comes back.
By a purple lipstick bitch named Frieza. Frieza has soldiers scouting the area, and so 2 of them find Bulma, Krillin, and Gohan. They end up destroying the spaceship, and so Gohan and Krillin had to fuck their shit up. After that, Frieza and his henchmen fly by, and so Krillin and Gohan decide to go after them to see where they were heading to, leaving Bulma behind to set camp. At this time, Goku makes a full recovery because Yajirobe drops by and gives Goku a sensu bean. Goku then goes to Dr. Briefs to get access to his spaceship so he can head to Namek. While Goku is traveling to Namek, he uses the artificial gravity machine installed.
If there was a character I only remember in TFS,
Gohan and
it's
Krillin
Dr.
are currently
Briefs.
watching the engagement between Frieza and the Namekians. They then witness Dodoria ruthlessly killing one of the Namekian children. Dodoria then goes for the second child, but Gohan jumps in and hits him with a mean roundhouse kick to the mouth. Krillin.
Imagine if, like, this is gonna sound fucked up. Imagine if, like, Dende's brother was trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if Dodoria killed Dende. So, like, Donda over here. Like, Donda just doesn't have any magic. Donda can't create Dragon Balls. Donda can't unlock potential. Donda just sucks. Donda's just like a shit Namekian, quirkless ass Namek. Oh, man. Yo, RNG to Dodoria, bro. I don't think Dende and Donda was built the same, man.
Gohan then flees with a Namekian child named Dende. Dodoria goes after them, but Krillin uses Solar Flare, which temporarily blinds him, allowing them to make a successful escape back to their campsite. Shortly after that, Vegeta ambushes Dodoria and ends up toasting him to a crisp. Vegeta then heads to a Namekian village and eradicates everyone living there and acquires the 4-star Dragon Ball. He then hides the Dragon Ball underwater to prevent Frieza from gathering all 7. Shortly after, Vegeta encounters Zarbon. At first, Vegeta has the upper hand, but then loses it when Zarbon transforms into this ugly ass thing. So Vegeta takes an L, and so Zarbon flies away with the conclusion that he killed Vegeta, but really, he didn't. Moving forward, Krillin and Dende leave the campsite to head to Guru's house. There, Krillin is entrusted with the final Dragon Ball that has been captured, and along.
Why did he just drop him in the ocean and just assume he's dead? There was like no reason for him to do that. Especially if the main thing is Frieza wants you to, and Frieza would kill. You're actually lucky he didn't. Let's move on.
Moving forward, Krillin and Dende leave the campsite to head to Guru's house. There, Krillin is entrusted with the final Dragon Ball that has been captured, and along with that, Guru unleashes Krillin's hidden power. Once that was done, Krillin heads back to the campsite with the Dragon Ball. Simultaneously, as Gohan leaves the campsite to gather a Dragon Ball nearby. Shortly after, Zarbon gets a lecture from Frieza for his carelessness, and is dispatched to retrieve Vegeta. Zarbon recovers Vegeta and brings him back to the spaceship, where they soon place him in a medical machine because they want Vegeta alive, to interrogate him about the Dragon Balls. Vegeta makes a complete recovery and kills the purple bitch that was supervising him. He then heads to the room that contains the 5 Dragon Balls that Frieza collected, and throws them out to a specific location and makes his escape. Vegeta then places the 5 Dragon Balls in his little hiding spot, and there he sees Krillin flying over him with a Dragon Ball in his hand. Vegeta goes after him, but while he's on Krillin's trail, Zarbon spots Vegeta and pursues him. After a bit of time, Krillin returns back to the camp, and soon after, Vegeta and Zarbon make their appearance. Vegeta then says he'll be the one to take Krillin's balls.
What?
And blasts Zarbon through the stomach. Krillin had no choice but to hand his balls over. Okay,
What's happening? No. You piece of What is going on? Why is this happening? All of the Dragon Ball jokes that were there really since the first 5 episodes, you know, the knee in the dick, the headbutt, all of them. You could have waited. You waited 5 minutes. Why?
Krillin had no choice but to hand the Dragon Ball over to Vegeta to spare his and Bulma's life. Vegeta then flies away with the Dragon Ball, but little does he know Gohan has a Dragon Ball in his possession, which he successfully brings back to the campsite. They then relocate because they knew that Vegeta was going to go after them once he finds out his Dragon Ball went missing. Moving forward, Frieza calls in the Ginyu Force as reinforcement, and Gohan and Krillin head out to Guru's house so Gohan could get his hidden powers released. With Krillin and Gohan going at full speed, Vegeta senses their power levels and goes after them. As they get close to Guru's house, Vegeta catches up, and so Krillin allows Gohan to get his hidden powers unleashed while he holds him off. After Gohan's hidden powers were unleashed, he heads out of Guru's house with a Namekian named Nail. Soon after, Vegeta senses the Ginyu Force coming and panics, so he desperately asks Gohan and Krillin for the Dragon Ball so he can wish for immortality. Krillin doesn't completely agree with the idea, but he creates an alliance with Vegeta, and so they head out.
That's a crazy plan. I ain't gonna lie. There's no way in hell if I'm Krillin or Gohan, I'm letting Vegeta become immortal. I am double crossing him the second Shenron comes out, and it will all look stupid when he doesn't grant a single of our wishes. Literally, when the dragon pops out, if this was Earth Dragon Balls, let's say hypothetically they speak English, second he pops out, get rid of the Ginyu Force, boom. Or frame 1, resurrect Goku. Bring Goku right here, right now. Like I swear, Vegeta, you're not. Ooh boy, you're cooked, buddy.
Well, Sage, if according to statements from Vegeta and Vegeta would not kill them if they granted immortality.
Bro, bullshit, bro. He is immortal. That nigga's gonna get bored.
The Ginyu Force has landed and were dispatched by Frieza to retrieve the Dragon Balls. The fuck are these poses? Krillin was hesitant about giving the Dragon Ball to Vegeta, and so the Ginyu Force arrives before they can use them. The leader of the Ginyu Force, Captain Ginyu, then takes all of the Dragon Balls to bring back to Frieza, leaving Vegeta, Krillin, and Gohan to fight the 4 members of the Ginyu Force. The first member of the Ginyu Force to fight is Goldo, a fat green bitch who ate far too much Burger King. And
not too much.
The next member to fight is Raccoon, I fucked my cousin last week, head-ass bitch.
Whoa. All right now, player. Look, Goldo, he's ugly. Yeah, I don't care about that weak ass booger. But Raccoon? Look, we have our final boss jokes in a different what if. This is actually the WWE wrestler of Dragon Ball. Stop playing with Big Coom, never the little one. Look at the form, the technique. He's even comfortable in his own body. Like, come on, bro.
Roundhouse kicked, leaving Gohan left to fight. With that being said, Gohan gets his neck broken, turning him into a bobblehead. Shortly after that happened, Captain Ginyu returned back to Frieza with all 7 Dragon Balls. He didn't know the password.
It's not supposed to be funny when Raccoon kicked the shit out of Gohan. I ain't gonna lie, I laughed.
And so he heads to Guru's house to get it. Moving forward, Goku lands on Namek after completing his training in 100 times gravity. Goku then heads to the battlefield and gives a sensu beam to Gohan, Krillin, and Vegeta. Shortly after, he takes on Raccoon and takes him out in one blow.
Stop giving people the
After that, he takes on Burter and Jace at the same
Another
time.
enemy I
Goku
haven't
takes
seen.
on Burter first and allows Jace to retreat. Moments after, Vegeta ends Burter by kneeing him in the throat, and Raccoon by overcooking him. Minutes later, Jace returns with Captain Ginyu. Gohan and Krillin then retreats to retrieve the Dragon Balls at Frieza's spaceship, leaving Goku and Vegeta behind to handle Captain Ginyu and Jace. And it looks like Vegeta snakes Goku. Moving forward, Frieza arrives at Guru's house and asks Nail and Guru for the password to activate the Dragon Balls. Frieza doesn't get an answer, and so he grows impatient and urges to kill Nail. Nail then leads Frieza to this place to fight, for the sole purpose to stall so then they can get over to Gohan and Krillin to activate the Dragon Balls. Meanwhile, Goku is now facing Captain Ginyu. During the fight, Captain Ginyu inflicts damage to himself and uses his body change technique to switch bodies with Goku. Shortly after, Captain Ginyu and Jace leave to head back to Frieza's spaceship, leaving Goku behind in critical condition. Meanwhile, Vegeta as well as Krillin and Gohan arrive at Frieza's spaceship. Using the Dragon Radar, Gohan and Krillin find the Dragon Balls and attempt to use them but fails because they forgot to ask Guru for the password. Soon after, Captain Ginyu and Jace arrive. At first, they believe that Captain Ginyu is Goku, but Gohan notices that it's not and convinces Krillin. A little after Goku arrives,
he's doing a good job. Doing a good job of pretty much not missing anything too significant. Like, what what does he miss? Ah, damn. Actually, no, he's pretty much getting all of it. He could have done this faster, though. Raccoon beats the shit out of all three of them, and Gohan's about to die, but then Goku yet again saves his son. Goku then defeats the Ginyu Force. He could do something like that, but don't worry. I had a troll up my sleeve all along.
While this is happening, Vegeta takes on Jason and he overcooked him. Vegeta then goes for Captain Ginyu and almost gets hit by his body chain technique. But Goku manages to get there in time and gets his body back. Captain Ginyu then takes the frog into it and
Yes! This is how you speed it up. Alright, that's a crash out moment, bro. Let me log in, bro.
With Frieza approaching quickly, Dende activates the Dragon Balls to summon Purunga. Gohan and Krillin then wishes to revive their friends, but Purunga says that he only has the power to revive one life at a time. So they use the first wish to revive Piccolo and the second to transfer him to Namek.
All I did was go times 2. Hold on, bro. How much context did I miss? Last thing I knew, we was talking about the Ginyu Force. Now Frieza's here. Shout out to Carthu for calling it out. I forgot what video it was, but I just recently watched one of my older videos just to, you know, see how the channel was doing and things like that. And long story short, yeah, the more I really thought on it, he pointed it out, and I'm really on his side of I don't care how strong the Namekian fusion's supposed to be, and I don't care how strong some of you guys think Piccolo should train. The idea that in 5 days, Piccolo went from I can't beat Nappa to I can fuck with second form Frieza? Bullshit! Especially given that I think there's a definitive multiplier on the Namekian fusion that Nail and Piccolo had. So it's like, that nigga really got majority of his power sitting down on King Kai's planet, bro. But then I'm supposed to simultaneously believe that from the end of Dragon Ball to the start of Z, he's only that strong? Hell no. Does not make any sense no matter how you slice it. Even if you want to push an agenda that Piccolo trains harder than Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, Cell, anybody in the verse, Gohan, 17, fine. Piccolo is the best, most sufficient trainer in Dragon Ball. That doesn't make any sense.
To start things off, we got Vegeta going up against Frieza. After fighting for a bit, Frieza transforms. Frieza then catches Krillin with his horn and then drops him into the water. After seeing this, Gohan gets angry and so he shoots his pew-pews at Frieza, but doesn't do jack shit. Frieza then overpowers Gohan and makes his head a step stool. Krillin saves Gohan by throwing a destructo disc and baiting Frieza away from Gohan so Dende can heal him. With Frieza on his tail, Krillin uses Solar Flare to escape him.
Donda would have let Gohan down.
Shortly after Piccolo arrives and so he takes on Frieza one-on-one. After taking an ass beating, Frieza then transforms into his dickhead form. And with that being said, Piccolo takes an L. For real, what the fuck is this shit? Gohan then takes Piccolo's spot and fights Frieza. While they're fighting, Vegeta tells Krillin to attack him with a heavy blast so he can acquire greater strength. Assuming that Dende will heal him right after. Krillin follows through and attacks Vegeta. Vegeta then begs Dende to heal him, but Dende refuses and goes on to heal Piccolo. Frieza then enters his next transformation. And with that being said, Dende kills Vegeta because they needed his power in order to defeat Frieza. After Vegeta got healed, Frieza targets Dende and turns him into a burnt marshmallow.
Didn't they low-key sold? Unless Vegeta would let Frieza transform into his fourth form, and usually I would say he would, but he really doesn't like Frieza. I feel like there's a certain exception there. I say that to say, if Vegeta was healed by the time third form Frieza was still talking shit, Vegeta would have beat the hell out of him. However, for some reason, Little Green just had to be emotional and heal Big Green instead of Vegeta, and now too little, too late. And Vegeta got to get his ass beat. I know Dende ends up dying, but why Vegeta got to get his ass beat? Because you're a fool.
Vegeta then takes on Frieza 1v1 and takes a fat L. Moments after, Goku makes a complete recovery and arrives at the battlefield. Vegeta then runs his mouth at Frieza and he dead. Goku and Frieza then fight. After fighting for a couple of episodes, Goku starts charging his Spirit Bomb. Piccolo helps by time and fights Frieza. After a good bit of time, the bomb of ass beatery is ready, and so Goku drops it on Frieza. But if you really think about it, he survives because he's kind of fucking Frieza.
Hell yeah.
Frieza then shoots the beam at Piccolo and pops Krillin like a bag of chips that hasn't been opened.
Yo, how many of you piece of shit fucks used to do this shit, bro? I ain't gonna lie, you're a menace.
Through this tragedy, Goku unlocks Super Saiyan. Goku then tells Gohan to take his spaceship back to Earth with Piccolo and Bulma, and so Gohan leaves to do just that. Frieza then drops a massive attack on Namek, causing the planet to self-destruct slowly but surely. Frieza then enters his final transformation, also known as his full power transformation, and resumes his battle with Goku. Meanwhile, Mr. Popo gathers the Earth's Dragon Balls to summon Shenron, and wishes to revive Frieza's victims. With Guru back alive, the Namekian Dragon Balls are active again. King Kai then contacts Guru using telepathy, and asks him to use Purunga's last wish to transfer everyone on Namek to Earth, except Frieza and Goku. Dende executes this wish, and so this leaves Goku and Frieza to settle things on this deteriorating planet. Frieza ends up using his signature move, the double portable pizza cutter, and ends up slicing up himself. That's embarrassing. Frieza then begs for mercy, and with Goku being the soft-ass bitch he is, he gives Frieza enough energy to move. Frieza then tries to attack Goku, but Goku easily overpowers him and spikes that bitch easy money.
what you got going on, bruh? Oh, that was a lot of bitch word thrown out by my man Big Cool. Bruh, my man Cool ain't a soft ass bitch. My man Cool beat a nigga ass so bad he felt bad for the nigga. That's pity.
That being said, Guru dies. Okay, I know that was irrelevant, but I didn't know what to fit this information. Moving forward, Goku tries to escape Namek using Frieza's spaceship. This plan fails because the spaceship won't start up, and it looks like Namek self-destructs with Goku on it. 130 days later, the Namekian Dragon Balls are used once again to resurrect Goku and Krillin to the check-in station in Otherworld. Krillin is resurrected, but Goku isn't, because apparently he's still alive. They then use the second wish to transport Krillin to Earth, and attempt to use the third to do the same for Goku. But Goku refuses to return, and so the last wish is used to resurrect Deadweight. Oh, I mean Yamcha. 130 days pass once again, and so they use the first two wishes to resurrect Tien and Chaozu. After that, the Namekian use the last wish to transport themselves to another planet, so they can live their Namekian lives. Moving forward, we are now in the Garlic Jr. arc.
Yo, just imagine they colonized there was another species. Hell, there was like other humans on that motherfucker. They just like took over Wakanda or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? There's no way that they went to a planet with no life, no water, no nothing on it, and just completely ran that bitch and called it New Namek. That's kind of gangsta. They just pull up on a bunch of niggas one day. Yeah, this shit, no Namek.
Since it's not canon, it's time to skim through these episodes. To start things off, we got Marin, a hoe-ass bitch. Yup, that's a pretty accurate description.
Oh, nah, I'm not gonna lie. I ain't doing filler.
Moving forward, Frieza and King Cooler arrive on Earth. Shortly after they arrive, a guy with a sword appears and fucks their shit up in Super Saiyan. The guy then tells the Z-Fighters that Goku will be landing soon and to follow him to the location where he'll be landing. After 2 hours of waiting, Goku arrives in his space pod. The guy then has a private conversation with Goku, and there he reveals that his name is Trunks and that he's from the future. Also revealing that Vegeta and Bulma are his parents. He then warns Goku that in 3 years, 2 powerful androids will appear and put the Earth in danger. Adding that in his timeline, those 2 androids killed all of the Z-Fighters. Trunks then gives Goku an antidote for a heart virus that will strike him not too far from now, and leaves to return back to his timeline. Apparently Piccolo heard the whole conversation with his big ass ears, and so he fills in everyone about the situation. After Piccolo explains everything about the androids, Vegeta asks Goku how he escaped Namek. Pause the video if you would like to know, because you got me fucked up.
And the last second before Namek exploded, Goku used a space pod left by the Ginyu Force and uses it to escape. The space pod then brings Goku to planet Yardrat, where Goku learns it's a transmission. After that, Goku uses the space pod to return back to Earth, even though he could have teleported there all along and likely sensed Frieza's energy, but he thought that they handled it. But he believed in his friends so much so that
you think I'm explaining all this? Moving forward 3 years, the Z-Fighters gather up to prepare for the androids. Yajirobe drops by to give Goku senzu beans and leaves. Just as Yajirobe is flying away, he's shot down by the androids. The Z-Fighters then split up to find the androids, and it looks like Yamcha is their first victim.
Yo, every good arc starts with Yamcha taking a fat ass L. Namek Saga's overrated. If Yamcha doesn't suffer a gruesome death or a gruesome near death, the arc ain't cooking. The deader Yamcha is, the better the arc. Saiyan Saga's #1 because we saw him die. Namek Saga's #2 because he's already dead. Cell Saga fell the fuck off. Buu Saga, the worst. We don't even see him die. He's like, I don't even know what I'm talking about.
The rest of the Z-Fighters then arrive, and so Krillin takes Yamcha back to Bulma so he can get a senzu bean. Goku then leads both of the androids away from the city to fight. Shortly after, Gohan and Yamcha head their direction.
How many of you guys did think these were the androids?
Kicks in, and so he takes an L.
Like, all bullshit aside, how many of you guys did genuinely believe that these were the androids at one point in time? I did think something was fucking off. Now, obviously, I didn't expect more androids, but I was like, there's no way, right? Like, there's no way these are the guys all along. Like, there has to be some other shit. But I was like, maybe a third android, and I ain't gonna lie, I would have called some shit like Cell. I wouldn't have called some shit like 17, 18, 16. Like, let's be real.
Vegeta then comes in clutch and saves Goku, then says, "Nobody kills Kakarot when I'm around. Destiny saved that pleasure for me." Okay, that was terrible. Yamcha then takes Goku back to his house so he can take the
You just have to take the L later.
Something useful. Vegeta then goes into Super Saiyan and crushes Android 19 with his Big Bang attack. With that being said, Android 20
never does it again.
Hide and seek like a little bitch. After hiding for a while, Android 20 sneaks up on Piccolo and starts absorbing his energy, but soon after is stopped by Gohan. Shortly after Trunks returns from the future, he discovers that the androids that the Z-Fighters are fighting now aren't the same ones from his timeline. And through strong curiosity, he heads to the battlefield. While Piccolo and Android 20 are fighting, Bulma and Yajirobe decide to drop by. Android 20 uses this opportunity to escape by using a key explosion, shooting them down as a diversion. Bulma then tells everyone that Android 20 is Dr. Gero, and that his lab is located in a cave somewhere just outside of North City. After hearing this, the Z-Fighters head out to search for the lab, except for Gohan, who had to bring Bulma, Yajirobe, and Baby Trunks back to Caps Corp. While searching for the lab, Krillin is ambushed but spared by Dr. Gero, because he feared that someone was getting close to his lab. Dr. Gero then rushes to his lab, but little did he know, Krillin was following him. Krillin then raises his power level to—
You know, you suck, Gero. Because he was smart enough to avoid Vegeta, Piccolo, Gohan, all of these active Z-Fighters that are looking for him and probably could try to fuck him up. But he got caught lacking by Krillin. Are we serious? You suck, bro.
signal the others. But while he was doing that, Dr. Gero activates androids 17 and 18. The 2 deadly androids from Trunks'
I love their
timeline.
introduction to the
Vegeta
series. I think it's
open,
disgustingly underrated.
Witness the death of Dr. Gero. Just as the androids are about to release android 16, Trunks attempts to stop them with a large ki blast, but fails. And so android 16 is activated.
I love their intro to the series because it shows 2 things. One, they will fucking kill you. But 2, and most importantly, it kind of makes you sympathize with what Goku said. They haven't done anything. We just now know that they will go out there, they will kill you, and they have a goal to kill Goku, and that's pretty much it. But they really haven't done anything. The reason they killed Gero is because Gero was being a dick. It's not like they were just, yeah, fuck you, master. It made them seem menacing, but at the same time, you had to push them to be there. The only exception was killing specifically Son Goku.
Android 16 is programmed with the objective to kill Goku, so the androids head out to search for him.
And that's another thing. I'm glad, shout out to some Mo. Really, only 16 was programmed to do it. 17 and 18 would have just ziped. So it's so fucking weird that the nice android, the bestest android, was actually the only reason they were really even antagonists. Because if 16 didn't pop out talking about let's kill Goku, 17 and 18 killed Gero, and they're like, fuck y'all looking at? And Trunks would have probably had to start it. That's crazy.
Vegeta then goes after them because he wants to fight, and so the rest of the Z-Fighters follow. Once Vegeta caught up with the androids, he faces Android 18 first and takes an L. The Z-Fighters then hop into the action and takes a massive L as well. The only Z-Fighter that didn't participate is Krillin, who in the end gets a smooch from Android 18. Hey, my boy Krillin, get in it? After the
Hell nah, Krillin. I ain't gonna lie, that's not gangster, bruh. She just broke my dog Vegeta arm. She just smacked the fuck out of Piccolo. She just bitched Tien casually. All of this shit going on, and you going out there kissing the ops, my nigga. We would have been around you like these, but beat the dog shit out of Krillin right there. You'd have been like, what you mean? Goku!
The androids left, Krillin gives the Sensu-bean to each of the fallen Z-Fighters. Shortly after, Vegeta leaves ashamed of his defeat, and Piccolo leaves to head to the lookout to fuse with Kami because of his desperation for power. The rest of them, except for Tien, heads to Goku's house to relocate Goku to Master Roshi's house to prevent him from getting pooped on by the androids. Moving forward, Bulma discovers another time machine and notifies Trunks about it. Trunks gets confused after hearing this information because
definitely the more interesting arc, mystery arc of Dragon Ball Z. This shit had me cooked for a long time.
He then looks further into it and finds out that it was used 4 years ago, and also finds a weird ass eggshell inside of it. After examining the time machine, Trunks, Bulma, and Gohan find a large mole of some type of creature, foreshadowing the next villain. Moving forward, according to the news, 15,000 people were wiped out in Ginger Town, with only their clothes remaining. After sensing this tragedy, Kami fuses with Piccolo, and shortly after, Piccolo heads out to Ginger Town. Once Piccolo arrived, he encounters the creature responsible for the eradication of the population. After fighting.
Okay, so I know we have our memes about TFS doing things better and or worse and or having a flanderization, blah, blah, blah. One thing I think TFS blew the original story out of the water in is the concept of Kami and Nail actually existing in Piccolo. I think that is just significantly better than what they do instead, where essentially Kami's just no longer a character. Nail's just no longer a character. And maybe Nail doesn't need to be a character, but certainly Kami. Like, you don't really feel a Kami influence in Piccolo. It's kind of just still Piccolo. I understand there's 2 of the same person, Sage, but I kind of just really adore the idea that if Piccolo's ever lost on something, that hey, Nail and Kami are right in there, buddy. Go have a chat. It's actually kind of tough.
Fighting for a bit, the creature then explains to Piccolo that he came in from another timeline with a time machine. The one that Trunks examined.
Oh.
It then resumes the fight, and it looks like Cell penetrates Piccolo with his extra long pause. Piccolo manages to escape the creature's grip, but now his arm's kind of looking like my dick. Just kidding. Piccolo then bluffs and says that he surrenders.
Stop!
The creature's true identity. That's when the creature reveals that his name is Cell, and that he's one of Dr. Gero's androids. He then adds that he's an organism made of cells from the greatest fighters, and that he came to this timeline to absorb Android 18 and 17. After acquiring all of that information, Piccolo regenerates his arm using his Namekian abilities. Shortly after that, Krillin and Trunks arrive, leading Cell to use Solar Flare to retreat. Cell then heads to Nikki Town to absorb more civilians to increase his power. Moving forward, Krillin and Trunks head to Dr. Gero's lab to destroy the cell of this timeline before he develops. While they were there, Trunks finds the blueprints for Android 17 and takes them. After that, Krillin and Trunks destroys the lab, along with the cell of this timeline in his larva form. Trunks then gives the blueprint—
You know what I never thought of? Gero's a sick fuck. He programmed Cell to have to absorb random civilians to get stronger. Why? Why not just program Cell to like training and to get exponential exponentially stronger when he trained.
Prints for Android 17 to Krillin and heads to Vegeta to train with him. Krillin then heads over to Capsule Corp to deliver the blueprints to Bulma so she can find the weakness to the androids. Moving forward, Goku makes a complete recovery and uses instant transmission to get to the lookout.
Goku's
After
back.
gathering Gohan, Vegeta, and Trunks. At the lookout, they use the hyperbolic time chamber to train, and so the first people to go in are Vegeta and Trunks. Meanwhile, the androids arrive at Kame's house for Goku. Piccolo refuses to tell the androids the location of Goku, and so he fights Android 17 a good distance away from Kame's house. After fighting for an episode or two, Cell appears, wipes out Piccolo, and absorbs Android 17. After absorbing 17, Cell transforms into his Big Daddy Fish Lips form. Android 16 then goes up against Cell and gets smoked. Tien then comes out of the cut and allows Android 16 and 18 to make their escape, while he drops his tri-beams of ass beatery.
Except they don't escape for some unknown reason. I don't care what reason you're about to comment below because why was she still there?
For a short period, Tien then runs out of juice and collapses. Goku then uses instant transmission to collect Tien and Piccolo and brings them back to the lookout, giving them both a sensu bean. Moving forward, Bulma gives Krillin a remote that can destroy the androids and heads to the lookout. Shortly after Trunks and Vegeta complete their training in the hyperbolic time chamber, Bulma arrives with sand armor that she created and supplies them to Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, and Trunks.
I said this earlier, but
Vegeta
this is actually really good.
Cell, and Goku and Gohan
He's doing a good job of telling the story of Dragon Ball in
Vegeta is now
27
fighting
minutes.
Cell, and while they're fighting, Krillin finds Android 18 and 16 and can't bring himself to push the button because of Krillin then smashes the remote and tells Android 18 to run. Meanwhile, Cell spots them and goes after 18. Vegeta doesn't stop Cell because if you really think about it, he's Vegeta. Trunks then tries to stop Cell, but every time he tried, Vegeta cockblocks him. So Trunks had enough of his shit, and so he had to get him out of the way real quick. Cell then uses Solar Flare to blind everyone, and so he successfully obtains his perfect form after absorbing Android 18. Vegeta then makes his return just to get his ass beat by Cell. Through rage, Vegeta charges his Final Flash and smacks Cell with it, pretty much doing nothing. With that being said, Vegeta takes a massive L.
He has condensed Dragon Ball into 27 minutes, and maybe Vegeta has taken 6 L's regardless. Yo, this is a generational losing talent. I'll say that. And I don't even view you as this guy that like is undoubtedly the most annoying loser of all time, as like many fans that view you. This is like literally the 6th time he said Vegeta takes a massive L.
Trunks then goes up against Cell, but soon after Cell stops the fight because he's disappointed in the Z-Fighters' power. He then says that he'll give the Z-Fighters more time to train, and also mentions that he'll be hosting a game to test his strength. Moving forward, Cell announces the Cell games on the news, stating the time and location.
That's the most gangster shit a villain has ever done. I will admit that.
Time chamber. A short time after they arrive, Goku and Gohan exit the hyperbolic time chamber, and there they see Gohan in his Super Saiyan form. Piccolo then enters the hyperbolic time chamber to train, and then right after he finishes, Vegeta enters. While they're training in the hyperbolic time chamber, Goku heads to the new Namek to pick up Dende so he could become the guardian of the Earth. With Dende as the guardian, the Earth's Dragon Balls are now active once again. Moving forward, the Z-Fighters gather for the Cell games and sees the world champion,
My MC.
The first person to go up against Cell is Goku. After getting overpowered, Goku surrenders and makes Gohan take his place. Gohan then takes a beating, and so Android 16 hops in to help, but gets destroyed once again. Cell then poops out a couple of Cell Juniors to attack the Z-Fighters on the sideline. While this is happening, Android 16 gives Gohan a powerful speech.
Powerful!
After witnessing the death of 16, Gohan unleashes Super Saiyan 2 and smokes all of the Cell Juniors. Moments after he
favorite curve stomp in the series,
making him spew out Android 18. Through desperation, Cell attempts to self-destruct. Moments after he nails Cell in the stomach, making him spew out.
We knew. You didn't need to why would anybody think this, man? That's like more than a human size amount.
Out Android 18. Through desperation, Cell attempts to self-destruct, but Goku says nope and transports both of them to King Kai's planet. With that being said,
just
everybody
murders King Kai.
The whole planet is
for fun.
annihilated. Oh wait, did I say everybody dies? Well, I lied. Cell is still alive because if you really think about it, he's Cell.
Yeah.
This stuff's his extra juicy father-son Kamehameha down Cell's throat, defeating him for good. The Z-Fighters then head to the lookout to summon Shenron so they can bring back everyone who Cell killed. After that was done, Krillin uses the last wish with the approval of the others to remove the bombs implanted inside of Android 18 and 17. Trunks then leaves to return back to his timeline to destroy the androids in Cell, which he does with ease. Time skipping forward, Gohan is a high school student, Goten is born, and Krillin is married to Android 18 and has a child.
Goten's irrelevant. You didn't need to put him in the animated minutes video. At 20 minutes flat, I'll move my camera up. We are now at 20 minutes flat in this video. He has somehow condensed the long-ass Buu arc into 7 minutes. I have to see this.
Skipping forward, Gohan is a high school student, Goten is born, and Krillin is married to Android 18 and has a child. With all the crime going on in the city, Gohan decides to get a costume to disguise his identity, and so the Great Saiyaman is born.
Lame.
Soon after, Hercule's daughter Videl finds out that Gohan is the Great Saiyaman and uses the secret to blackmail him into entering the World Martial Arts Tournament, and to also teach it to fly. With that being said, Goku contacts Gohan using King Kai's telepathic abilities to tell him that he will be entering the tournament also. Gohan then gathers a couple of the Z-Fighters to enter the tournament, and then undergoes training with Goten. While they're training, Videl drops by and demands for her flying lessons as promised. Gohan then teaches both Videl and Goten how to fly, and just as she's leaving, Gohan tells her that he likes girls with short hair, and so that explains her Ellen DeGeneres cut later on. Moving forward, the players gather for the World Martial Arts Tournament, including Goku. The junior division is first, and so as a result, Trunks and Goten dominate to the finals. They then have an intense match, and it looks like Trunks takes the win. As a reward for winning, Trunks gets the opportunity to spar with the world champion, Hercule.
W Flop, what a champion. What a guy to be so humble that you let a child beat your ass, quote, quote, just to build his confidence up and show him that, hey, you can continue to be stronger. Fuck. Damn. Because he didn't do the Roshi thing. I was going to.
After grabbing a bite, the Z Fighters encounter two strange people that are going to enter the tournament.
My bit got ruined.
Krillin and a Fat Boy, and Krillin wins. The second match is with Piccolo and this guy, and so Piccolo surrenders.
I hate
the third
that
match is with Videl and Spopovich, and it looks like Videl should have stayed home. The fourth match is with Gohan and Kibito, and this is when things start getting interesting, because this is when Piccolo discovers that the person he surrendered to is the Supreme Kai. Gohan then transforms into a Super Saiyan after being told to, and gets jumped by Spopovich and Yamu. After they absorb his energy, they leave, and so the Supreme Kai as well as the Z Fighters go after them. Shortly after, Kibito and Gohan follow. This is when Kibito and the Supreme Kai explain their plan to stop the resurrection of Majin Buu. Pause the video for the elaboration, because you got me fucked up if you think I'm explaining all
Nah, I don't care this time.
Babidi's spaceship and sees Babidi killing off Spopovich and Yamu. After receiving the energy absorber containing Gohan's pure energy, Babidi then dispatches Deborah to take care of the Supreme Kai, Kibito, and the Z Fighters. And it looks like Kibito is the first one to get taken out. Deborah then spits on Piccolo and Krillin, turning them into stone statues, and retreats to Babidi's spaceship to bait the remaining fighters.
Turning into stone has to be like the worst way anyone has died in this series. Once bro died, they unstoned. So like they're alive and well, but they're just stone. Bro, oh my God. 3 days of just being like, is so crazy of a way to die, dog.
It is into a trap. Meanwhile, the tournament continues, disqualifying the ones that left. They decide to do a battle royale, and so the two irrelevant characters are eliminated right off the bat, leaving Android 18, Hercule, and Mighty Mass to fight. Hercule doesn't do shit, so Android 18 and Mighty Mass fight. While fighting, Android 18 realizes that Mighty Mass is Goten and Trunks, and so she uses her destructor disc to cut their costume in half, exposing them. They both were then disqualified, leaving Hercule and Android 18 remaining. Through desperation to keep his fame, he bribes Android 18 with 10 million Zenny along with the prize money to let him win. What a true champ.
Hell yeah.
Vegeta falls under the influence of Babidi's spell after entering the spaceship. Once that was done, Babidi transports all four.
Well, actually, he didn't fall under Babidi's spell. He let Babidi's spell control him, but then he immediately took control back. He didn't fall for the spell. You're wrong. I am able to finally say that you have failed. Dislike to your content. I'm smarter. I'm a commenter.
Them to the stadium, where Vegeta just says fuck the crowd. After that, Babidi transports them back somewhere near his spaceship, where Goku and Vegeta fight, while Gohan and the Supreme Kai enter Babidi's spaceship to stop the resurrection of Majin Buu. And they're too late. With that being said, Goku stops his battle with Vegeta to negotiate a partnership with him to stop Majin Buu. Opposed to that, Vegeta knocks Goku out cold while his guard is down and heads to fight Buu solo. Meanwhile, Gohan and the Supreme Kai take a beating from Buu, and Deborah gets turned into a cookie and eaten. While all of this is happening, Goten and Trunks are just chilling on the side watching. Soon after, Vegeta arrives to fight Majin Buu. After taking it up the butt, Vegeta unleashes a large ki explosion, but as a result, Vegeta is dusty as fuck. Piccolo then heads to the battlefield to check up on things and finds out that Majin Buu is still alive, and so he retreats and heads back to the lookout. Moving forward, Bulma and her squad gather all the 7 Dragon Balls to summon Shenron, and with doing so, they use the first wish to bring back everyone who died today, except the bad people.
Mic change.
After waking up, Goku uses instant transmission to get to them and calls off Shenron to reserve the last wish. Shortly after, he
I relate to that, gang. Hey, I relate to changing the mic, the setting where you record, man. I used to have to record videos in the car, bro. Hey, that Goku video, that's currently the reigning, defending TSO champion. Give it a watch, by the way. Yeah, I recorded that video in the fucking car. I had to do a lot to make sure they didn't pick up the rain. Yeah, I did that for you. So please, please, please. I just want to or become a member or some shit, man.
Transports everyone to the lookout. With Kibito back alive after being revived with the Dragon Balls, he heals the Supreme Kai and Gohan. After that, the Supreme Kai transports them to the world of the Kais, where Gohan undergoes training with a Z-Sword. Moving forward, Buu kills off Babidi, and Goku is now teaching Goten and Trunks the fusion technique. As an incentive to train,
but why did he kill Babidi? You didn't explain.
With that being said, Goku burns up his last minutes on Earth, leaving Piccolo to instruct the fusion training. After returning to Otherworld, Goku senses Gohan and uses instant transmission to get to him. They then play some baseball and end up breaking the Z-Sword. At first,
Goku's 100% a troll in the Buu saga, though. I'm always going to push this agenda that Goku at any point in time really could have just stopped this shit. And it's ironic that his search for a successor led him to truly make a problem that even he didn't have control under anymore. And it's kind of something that he continuously does. If he's boxing the strongest form of Majin Buu to many of you guys, why couldn't he beat Fat Buu? Because he's trolling.
They were hurt that the sword broke, but later realized that the sword training actually helped Gohan increase his overall strength. Moments after, the Elder Kai appears and starts the ritual to awaken Gohan's hidden power. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, Goten and Trunks are still working on their fusion technique. After failing twice, they successfully fuse, and so Gotenks is born. With Gotenks being a cocky bitch, he heads.
I think the only failed fusion I like is Gogeta. Random thought, but like all the other ones, I think every other failed fusion joke, just I don't know. Am I tripping? Am I doing too much? Let me know. Do you like any of the failed fusion jokes outside of obviously Dragon Ball fusions, which is like legendary? But that Cell Krillin fusion is all time iconic.
To Majin Buu to fight and takes a massive L.
Damn!
They then head back to the lookout to undergo more fusion training, implementing Super Saiyan to the mix. Moving forward, Hercule decides to head over to Boo's house to kill him. After many failed attempts, Hercule builds a bond with him and tries to change Buu for the better. They then adopt a puppy and... After B got shot, Buu heals him and Hercule brings the person responsible to justice. Shortly after, the person climbs into Boo's house and shoots Hercule. This makes Buu really angry and so he releases Evil Buu. They both then fight and Evil Buu wins by turning Good Buu into chocolate. Evil Buu then eats the chocolate and transforms into Super Buu. After that, he heads to the lookout to fight the Z Fighters. A short time after he arrives, he kills everyone on Earth except Hercule, B, Chaozu, and Tien. But in the end, Chaozu and Tien don't really do anything, so they really don't fucking matter.
Yeah, and also it's Piccolo's fault.
Buu then negotiates with Piccolo and agrees to wait 1 hour to fight Gotenks before he kills everyone on the lookout. Chi-Chi then goes up to Buu to bitch slap him and gets turned into an egg. Shortly after that hilarious tragedy, Goten and Trunks enter the hyperbolic time chamber to polish their fusion technique. Buu then loses his patience after 30 minutes of waiting and demands to fight now, so Piccolo leads him to the chamber to fulfill his request. After fighting for a couple of episodes, Piccolo believes that Buu is too strong and so he destroys the exit to the hyperbolic time chamber, trapping all 3 of them. Or technically 4. Buu then throws a tantrum and screams, ripping a hole in the dimension, allowing him to escape. Buu then turns everyone on the lookout into chocolate and eats them. Shortly after, Gotenks goes into Super Saiyan 3 and rips a hole in the dimension the same way Buu did, and escapes the hyperbolic time chamber along with
Piccolo, you my dog. And I understand what you did was like good for the earth and shit like that, but you were really willing to throw Goten and Trunks' life away because I don't know if Shenron can pull them out. And we've done a lot of what if shit in terms of what if Goku gets betrayed and locked in the time. I've seen all of them videos. Comment if y'all want me to react to them. No offense to those videos. I think that concept is pretty crazy. But besides the point, right? I don't think he could wish them out, I want to say. And if he can't do that, you are just fully fine with Goten and Trunks just living and dying in there. Like, oh man. Nah, L move out of Piccolo for me. I ain't gonna lie. There's a moral compass at some point where I can't just lock these kids in here eternally, bro.
With Piccolo. Gotenks and Buu then resume their fight, resulting in the destruction of the lookout. Shortly after, Gotenks runs out of juice and so their fusion depletes. Meanwhile, Gohan's potential is completely unleashed, and so he heads to the battlefield to fight Buu. After
Mickey Transformation Part 2.
Buu unleashes a large key explosion which doesn't affect anyone. With that being said, the Z Fighters happen to come across Hercule and Dende. Buu then returns to
Is Gohan a Mickey merchant? Potential unleashed on Namek. Potential unleashed on the Kai planet. Beast and Rage Boost even itself. Is he a Mickey? I'm playing. Oh my god.
Uses his bubblegum shit to absorb Piccolo and Gotenks. Shortly after, Gohan starts taking an L because if you really think about it, Buu absorbs Piccolo and Gotenks. Moving forward, Vegeta and Goku are granted the ability to return to Earth to fight Majin Buu. Before Goku leaves, the Elder Kai gives Goku the Potara, earrings that have the ability to fuse 2 people permanently. With that being said, Kibito and the Supreme Kai try it out, and so Kibito Kai is born. Goku then uses instant transmission to get to Earth shortly after Vegeta arrives. Goku then tells Vegeta to fuse with him, but Vegeta refuses to, and soon after Buu arrives. They then both take an L, and so as a last resort they use the Potara earrings to fuse into Vegeta. After getting that ass beat around silly, Buu manages to absorb Vegeta using his bubblegum shit, and so as a result, their transformation is undone due to the odd atmosphere inside of Buu's body. Moving forward, they find Piccolo, Gohan, Goten, and Trunks, and freeze them from Buu. Shortly after, they find Good Buu and freeze him as well, forcing Buu to undergo another transformation. Goku and Vegeta then escapes Buu's body with the other Z Fighters in their hand, and now they have to go up against Kid Buu, the true manifestation of evil. Right off the bat, Kid Buu drops his gigantic ball of ass beatery, destroying the entire Earth along with the people on it. Luckily, Kibito Kai comes in clutch.
Yeah, so again, my thing is for those that are like big on the Kid Boo's the strongest Buu thing part, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse here, not gonna change your opinion. The final boss is the strongest boss to you, and that's fine. But for people with common sense, Kid Buu is definitely the biggest threat to Earth. Hell, he actually succeeds and blows it the fuck up. While Super Buu did eliminate everybody, he blew it the fuck up, right? Kid Buu is the most unhinged. There's no negotiating with Kid Buu. Super Buu, you can negotiate with a little bit. Fat Buu, he's a literal tot. You can trick Fat Buu. This version of Majin Buu, bro, there's no talking to this nigga. He'll kill you just because of Zybes. Hell, he killed you before. He'll kill you again. He'll slide on you in the afterlife to kill you again. Buuhan, Buu Tanks, maybe even Super Buu his damn self. They're arguably stronger, bro. I don't know how else to tell y'all, man.
Transports Goku along with the others to the world of the Kai's before it hit. Shortly after Buu appears, and so Kibito Kai transports Dende, the Elder Kai, and himself to another planet far away, after being told to by Goku. After fighting for a bit, Kid Buu throws up Good Buu and so they fight, while Goku charges his Spirit Bomb. Meanwhile, Dende, Kibito Kai, and the Elder Kai head over to the new Namek to summon Purunga, to restore the Earth to revive everyone who died since the morning of the World Martial Arts Tournament, except, of course, the bad guys. Since the Spirit Bomb needed energy,
that's
Vegeta
convenient.
contacts the Earth telepathically with the help of King Kai, and tells everyone to raise their hand to give their energy. And he fails. Goku then tries to persuade everyone on Earth to give their energy and successfully fails. Hercule then gives it a try and asks everyone on Earth for their energy, and it works, because if you really think about it, they want his dick. So with that being said, Goku drops his fully charged Spirit Bomb down Kid Buu's throat, defeating him for good. After that, they return back to Earth, taking Good Buu along with them, and live happily ever after. The end. Just kidding. This is kind of an irrelevant part in my opinion, but I'll go over it anyways. Time skipping way forward to the next World Martial Arts Tournament, we got Goku going up against Kid Buu's reincarnation Oob. Goku stops the fight and flies away with Oob to become his master and to live in his village. With that being said, they live happily ever. Shut the fuck up, Mo.
Oh, wow. Take care, stay blessed. Shout out to SMG for the anime in minutes concept. I might even do my own on the side. Let me know, because I think I could do better. As great as this video was, and I'm gonna like it, I think I could condense it into 20 minutes top. Let me know if you guys want Dragon Ball Z in 20 minutes. That's the real comment. Subscribe to his channel as well. He makes great content. Let me know if you want me to react more to his content as well, but I'm yapping it up. It's me, boy TSO Sage. Take care, stay blessed. I'll see you all next time.